Welcome guys. Up next we have our flow foundation portion of our steel mace series. The flow foundation is exactly what it is. It's our foundation to our flows. Once you lock these movements in, you'll be able to piece other movements together. You'll combine different movements together. All it is a compass lunge. Compass lunge is going forward, out to my side. I'm going straight back, and then I'm also going to come out at an angle for a cross back step. Forward lunge, lateral lunge, reverse lunge, and that cross back step. There are different names for these. For a forward lunge, for example, split squat. We're going to keep it simple. Forward, side, back, and out. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally up to you, whatever works for you. I may use them interchangeably. Landmark number 1 with our flow foundation, landmark number 2 with our flow foundation, landmark number 3, and landmark number 4. So let's go ahead and run straight into it. The same concepts apply when we're having to set our base and establish our tall standing structure. So if I'm going to move forward, I'm still going to maintain spinal stability. So let's go ahead and take it to landmark number 1 for that forward lunge. So I'm actively trying to lean back, maintain posture, and then I want to make sure that that knee is directly under my hips. So go to your end range. If it's lower here, that's perfect. For me, I'm still warming up my legs, so I'm definitely feeling the stretch on the front leg. I'm going to come out to my side. So angle out the foot if you need to. Push that knee away, maintain posture. I'm pulling the hips under. And when I'm going in all 4 directions, I have to be able to create tension and pull the floor apart just so I can bounce back up. Okay? So I'm applying tension just through my body weight into the ground. So I'm not just lunging. I'm actively, intentionally lunging, applying tension, driving through the ground to bring me back up. So let's go in reverse. Knee directly under the hip, straight line. Cross back step. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and point my finger. My heel is gonna point in that same direction. What tends to happen is I come too close to this foot. There's kinks here. I want to be able to go out at an angle, bringing that knee still directly underneath the hips. If you notice, that foot does not come up. If anything, I'm going to come to the outside edge, but the heel does not come up. And guys, what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. So left foot forward. Own that bottom position. Breathe into those hips. Open up. Reverse. Guys, imagine I'm on tracks. Railroad tracks. I'm locked into those tracks. So forward and back is the main thing what I'm talking about as far as staying onto those tracks. So if I go a straight line, slide my foot forward, I have a nice good base here. I'm nice and wide. I can bring that knee down and I'm good to go. What tends to happen is we cut ourselves narrow. We make a narrow base to where I shift all the way here, and then I bring that lunge out in front of me, and then I have a narrow base. Boxers, wide base, they're ready. Same thing. The heel does not come up. The knee does not go too far forward. If it does, I want to make sure that I'm staying nice and tall. Okay. starting out slow, locking in those movements, and progressively picking up the pace. Starting out static, we get a little bit more fluid, and then we get a little dynamic. So with that being said, I'm gonna get a little bit more fluid with my movements, but this time I'm gonna add changing levels. So I wanna stay low. Imagine I'm in a small house, I have to stay low, I don't wanna hit the roof. And then I'm gonna have to get high and get really big and tall. So I'm gonna go from 1 to 2 by changing levels. I'm gonna get as tall as I can. Find that balance. Kick that leg out. I'm gonna go all the way to landmark number 4 by staying low. Get tall. Stay low. Getting slow, changing the dynamics. I can speed things up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Getting all 4 directions. So with that being said, guys, let's add a pivot. We want to add a rotation. We're going in all 4 directions, so let's pivot out. Leo says it best. When in doubt, pivot out. What I like to do in my classes is start out the flow foundation, lock in each movement, get the legs warm, get the legs strong, and then we're gonna add the pivot, but we're gonna freestyle into that pivot. I'm gonna show you the pivot first, and then we're gonna go ahead and freestyle it. Cross back step. When in doubt, pivot out. Let's add a squat. Pressing through the outside edges of my feet, pulling the knees apart. Find that bottom position and then drive through the ground, engaging at the top. All right? So I'm gonna freestyle. Go which way you wanna go. Combine movements, pivot, squat, add it all in the mix. Start wherever you wanna start. For me, I like to start in a squat. I'm gonna hang out on the bottom of that squat, then I'm gonna get tall, and then start moving around from there. Guys, this is your own flow foundation, so create your own flow out of it. This is the warm-up series as well, so you use this to prime and finish warming up your body before we have the right to pick up the mace. Set the clock, 1 minute, 2 minutes. You wanna hit a whole 5 minutes? By all means, go for it. Get in, get after it. That completes our flow foundation. Guys, practice these movements. Get this foundation locked in own those positions. That way we can go ahead and we earn the right to pick up the mace.